We also had the very first Marvel Studios special presentation with Werewolf by Night,
Yeah, we sure did.
which is something that they're starting to do now. Like I know they're also going to have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that's supposed to be coming out this year, and I'm sure there's been rumors of like other things, like certain things that are rumored to be shows might actually be special presentations on Disney Plus. But they kicked things off with Werewolf by Night. What did you think about this? Because this actually was straying from the formula of like the typical Marvel thing. Also, it was something different than I've ever seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But what did you think about it?
I liked it. I mean, I don't know how much more to like get into it, right? I mean, it's good. It was just a good
Yeah,
little short film. Uh, it could have been anywhere, you know. I guess that's the difference with Marvel. They usually put their stamp somewhere. This could have been by any studio.
yeah,
Just a good production, right? It wasn't like
right,
it didn't have to lean on characters that you're familiar with to kind of get you interested, even though there are kind of characters you're familiar with, right? But I thought that forces you to make a better story, and I liked it.
yeah. I agree. Like sometimes like I don't know. I feel like Marvel will throw in like a plot line that's like okay, the studio probably made them put this in so they can tie this into something else down the line, or maybe they're like saying, I don't know, there's like, oh, I want you to introduce this character because we're going to use it in another movie or things like that. It felt like this special didn't have to get bogged down like by any of that. Just kind of tell its own story. If it ties into something later on, it could, but I don't know. You can just watch this and leave it as is, which I kind of enjoy about that. It's a little bit
I
refreshing, I
agree. I
think.
mean, just concentrate on making good cinema. It's like do that.
Yeah,
It's not like just rely on pushing the phase forward, right? So I give it
yeah,
to him. It was
yeah.
fine.
Are you familiar with the director of this, Michael Giacchino?
Michael Giacchino. I thought he was a music dude. It's a different one.
Yeah, no, that's him. Like this is his first like he's directed two shorts before, but this is like the definitely the biggest thing of this like the biggest scope type project he's directed thus far,
What did he?
which is
He did
interesting. That
scores and stuff, right? Is that what he does?
yeah, he was a
What?
composer. He actually composed. Actually composed the Marvel Studios banner, like the
Oh,
fanfare.
that's really
But
okay.
yeah, he's won an Oscar. He did Incredibles. He won an Oscar for Up. He did Ratatouille. He did Doctor Strange, the Spider-Man MCU movies, the Star Trek
Oh, he's a
movies.
Disney dude.
Not just Disney. He's also J.J. Abrams,
No,
dude. He did Lost. He did his Star Trek movies, and he did
so,
Rogue
so
One.
what makes him think he could be a director?
Apparently, he went to film school and he ended up being a composer instead of a director. But I don't know. I liked what he was able to do here.
Yeah, I mean, I
Honestly,
reserve judgment because it was a short thing, but I didn't know who did it, but I mean, it had a good. I had a good. I mean, really had great pace. It really,
yeah, it was a well directed thing. Like it was only 15 minutes. Like I didn't feel like they rushed
no,
anything
it
or
didn't. It
dragged
felt like it
anything.
was
It was
just
just
an easy half hour.
yeah, like it was the right amount of length. It was the length it
Yeah.
needed to be.
Sometimes those short time frames, make you push it forward. Yeah, I thought it was cool. They spent a lot of time on weird time on
Yeah,
backstory, all the Marvel formulas, like
yeah,
mid movie
and I
backstory
liked.
story,
Yeah,
But
no. Like they did a little narration in the beginning, and that
yeah,
was totally fine. And we got everything we needed to know, and that was it.
yeah, no, that's cool.
Just like it all took place over one night, and
Good for him.
yeah, I mean, yeah. I also, funny enough, like I was reading it. I saw an interview with him. Like, apparently, it wasn't always gonna be in black and white.
Mm,
Like Kevin Feige wasn't convinced about it, and they made them shoot it in color.
that would have been so different.
And but he was so adamant, yeah, about it being black and white. He's like, it needs to be black and white. But then eventually, he said like by the third cut of the movie, Kevin Feige agreed, like, okay, this needs to be in black and
Oh,
white.
it would change
Like,
everything.
it would have been, yeah, right. That obviously they're trying to mimic like the Universal horror
Hmm.
movies of like the 30s and
Yeah,
40s and all that with like I don't know the music, which also he composed
yeah,
this
the
as
dry
well.
ice fog.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
props,
the
the
fog that
sets,
never gets
like
more
the
than six
axe looks
inches
so
high.
fake or
I love
whatever.
that, like the fog.
Like the practical makeup and like suit on the werewolf actually looked
Yeah,
really good. I felt
yeah.
like
No, it was good.
Like if this were any other Marvel thing, it probably would have been just a CGI like motion capture
You sure they
thing.
weren't setting up something?
Yeah.
Someone's going to be in something else.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think in that story they said, "Oh, we're gonna do this to set it up." I think like later down the line they might show up. I don't think this was purposely created to set something up in the
Mm.
future. If it were, maybe it might have been like a feature or a series or something. Like with the special presentations, I think they're probably just going to be like, I don't know, more self-contained, or just like you can watch this and just enjoy it as it is. Like the Guardians Holiday Special. I don't know if it's like, oh, you have to watch this in order to understand Volume 3 or
Yeah,
whatever. I think it's just going to be like another adventure
yeah. I mean,
for the
look,
Guardians.
it was good. I mean, it was really good. It was
Yeah,
nice change of pace for that studio to focus a little more on art than you know, money.
yeah. And Marvel is like one to kind of take a chance on directors. A lot of these directors, they usually pick like independent directors actually, or like for example, the Russo brothers. They hired them off of Community. The Kevin Feige was impressed by their episodes they did on Community, and that's how they got the job for Winter Soldier.
Yeah. So
And eventually they did Infinity War and
I
Endgame.
love
You
how
know,
you approach that. He goes for cheap directors, Dante, I think. And if they happen to be good, great. I don't think he wants to pay Steven Spielberg could have made that movie. Would have cost Kevin Feige another $30 million. I think he got lucky with the Russo brothers, to be honest.
nah, I think he saw they were good.
Yeah,
Apparently, it was the paintball episodes of Community that Kevin Feige was really
really.
impressed by. Yeah, I'm not kidding. But they did do movies before Community. They did You, Me, and Dupree. I'm serious. What?
Oh
You remember that
man,
movie?
you said that like it was awesome. Hey, did you mean Dupree?
You, Me, and
Oh
Dupree.
yeah, yeah, of course, that classic.
They did You, Me, and Dupree.
Yeah, that classic.
And they directed Arrested Development as well.
Oh, okay, maybe that. But look, let me tell you right now, you give me an Owen Will movie, I'm all over it. So I was impressed with you, me, and Dupree. Owen Wilson, Matt Dillon. that wouldn't have impressed me on your resume. Or you think I did you, me, and Dupree?
I know, like a movie that banished them back to TV.
Oh
So okay, you guys go back to
my
TV
god, there
now.
was so many good people in that movie, like actors, and like movie's terrible. But no, I mean that's yeah. Look, the guy got a shot. He definitely did well. I tell you that. And yeah, I wouldn't have known there was the composer that did the movie.
Yeah, and in the music was great
Yeah,
too. Like it, and I don't know, a lot of those type of movies that like it works well like with the music and all that. So
I mean, shit. If you
I
can
don't know.
direct and do the
I,
score, it's a big
yeah,
deal.
yeah. I haven't seen many directors. Like John Carpenter is the only one I can think of that's like I know that he's done
Yeah,
both on his
and
on his
it
movies.
flows, man. Makes it
But yeah,
pretty.
yeah.
I mean, pretty cohesive. Good for that guy. I mean, I don't know. I've never
I
seen
love Michael
never
Giacchino
seen
though.
a feature length thing from him, so I don't know. But from a short, yeah, it was pretty cool.